announcement. His mother told me that she's been hassled at work about what this announcement is going to be, so I know she's as excited about this as anyone to get this thing over with. So, Aaron, I invite you to say a few words before you make your actual announcement.
Okay. I just want to say thank you for the McDonald's All-American game to let me announce my decision here. It's an extremely large venue, and I'm glad everybody here can see it, and everyone is here with me to make my decision. All four of these schools are absolutely great schools with great coaches, and there was no bad decision here. But with no further ado, I hope Tucson's celebrating because I'm about to be a West Coast Wildcat at the end of the year. Let's go, Rondé.
Okay, so we'll open it up for questions for Aaron or his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Gordon, as well.
Aaron, just tell us what this recruiting process was like and how good does it feel to finally have it behind you?
I no longer have to be asked the question, hey, where are you going to school? So that's kind of a burden off my back. But I mean, it just comes with playing high-level basketball. So, I mean, it's just on to bigger and better things now.
Why Arizona?
Arizona has it's a young, long, athletic front court and a very experienced, talented back court with T.J. McDonald and Nick Johnson. T.J. McDonald at Duquesne was third in the nation for steals, and Nick Johnson can guard any position on the perimeter.
What kind of impact do you expect to make as a freshman?
I hope to be the X factor.
Who did you consult with besides, obviously, your family?
I consulted with my family. Other than my coach, Tim Kennedy, my brother's coach, Brian Eagleson. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, everybody left the decision up to me. I was not pressured by anybody else. I knew it was my decision to make, so basically I just had to ponder it over in my head.
When did you come to this conclusion?
About 4 weeks ago. So it was a struggle not to tell anybody.
Was there a turning point after your visit to Arizona or any other place? Because there was some early thought maybe you were looking at Washington or something.
No turning point. I took all five of my officials. I went to Arizona twice and I went to Washington twice. I'm glad I did all of that. At the end of the day, I just kind of felt where I would fit best, and kind of felt that it was right in my heart.
You mentioned the personnel. Was it that specifically when you say what fit right, where do you fit in personnel-wise? Is that the big thing?
Yes, sir. Got a 7-footer, 2 long, athletic 6'10s with long wingspans that can shoot the ball pretty well. Kevin Parham, Solomon Hill, and Mark Lyons are all leaving, which makes up about 80% of the scoring. It's just a really great fit.
You mentioned it was 4 weeks ago. Does that mean that Oregon's Pac-12 title and Sweet 16 run didn't really play much of an impact in your decision?
Oh, no, it definitely did. Although I made my decision about 4 weeks ago, I was still looking over because I hadn't committed yet or made any finalized decisions, so I was still looking at each and every school as a very possible option.
Aaron, what would a successful freshman season look like in Arizona?
National title.
Kentucky's the only one of those that's not a Pac-12 school there. How much were they a factor, or how close did they work in the running?
They were definitely in the running. It's a very competitive level. Each practice is going to be like an NBA-style practice. There's so many good players that and it forces you to step your game up. And if you don't step your game up, then you don't get playing time.
Do you expect to play small forward, power forward? When you're talking about the fit there, they have a lot of big guys.
I expect to play a small forward, power forward. So start at the small forward and become a stretch forward, but mostly the small forward.
We'll take 2 more questions.
How close are you committing to Arizona at the Red Blue game, after the Red Blue game?
Not very close. I knew I was going to wait a while.
Was that a long, hard process, though, to wait to deal with your high school season and all this kind of questions going on?
Yeah, it was an extremely hard process, man. I love Coach Romar so much, and Coach Howard, all great people with great programs. So you can't you can't connect the dots forward. You know, you can only pick a decision, live with it, and then connect the dots backwards. So I just had to go with one. Obviously, there's always going to be some doubt because you can't decide your future, you can't shape your future. You just have to go with your gut feeling and just do the best you can.
You added Oregon kind of late in the process to back anyway. What was your thought process there? What you like them?
I didn't think they had enough talent, but obviously they do. They have great young players, which would have fit my style of play tremendously. They're very athletic, very up and down tempo with some big guys that can also get up and down the floor.
Okay,